basketball game. Excuse me. Great crowd, great college basketball game. Central Florida been through a lot last couple of years, so I'm happy for Coach Dawkins and Taco, BJ, them guys been hurt, especially Coach Dawkins' son, Aubrey, having to sit out 2 years in a row. He's a great player, and now you see why they were picked to win our league. So that being said, our kids refused to give up tonight. We had a lot of times where we could have packed it in, because Aubrey Dawkins hit some big-time shots. Frank Burt's come off the bench and hit 2 monster threes for them. You know, it's just so hard when you run your offense and guys are open, cutting to the basket, and then Taco's standing there. You know, so it's a lot different than you're used to. So, and just saying, a lot of teams, you know, he usually doesn't play 34 minutes. If he gets in foul trouble, like so you go watch him play Houston, he got 2 fouls in the first 2 minutes against Houston, and they get a 15-point lead before he gets back in the game. You know, we couldn't get him in foul trouble. You know, the game was, I think there was only 9 fouls at halftime.
Yeah.
I thought it was consistent. They let both teams play, same way our last game was.
How important was it to have other guys?
Huge.
Jared's
they were
been the
gonna,
guy, and now you got other guys that have been right.
Yeah, I mean, what they do, they crowd you at the three-point line, especially Jaron, because they know Taco's standing in the paint. So, like I kept telling him, you're going to have to beat him with the pass, which he eventually did. But Keith Williams, I'm really happy for him. Great kid. He's worked extremely hard on his shooting. He's got the most important thing a young person can have in life. He believes in himself. And he had 2 unbelievable drives to the basket, but it was 46-40. He had a 3 in the corner, and we needed that like oxygen. That was a monster shot. The kid just believes in himself. Very similar to Sean Kilpatrick. Not that his game is, but he's just got the New York City belief that he believes he's going to make it. And he's willing to put the time in the gym. So I'm really happy for him. Justin made some big plays. Kane did early. Kane was the one guy that would come off the high screen and shoot it before they got to Taco. We've got to do a better job with our preparation offensively next time. But we didn't start the game down. We started the game down 11. We're -8 in the first 4 minutes of the game, and then the first 4 minutes of the second half, we were -10. It was 11-3 and 10-0. But they're really good guys. They got a really good basketball team, and Johnny does a great job of what they do defensively.
How do you try to simulate in practice?
I just told the guys, Doc, the next time we play, we're going to have to put Sam Martin on Prince's back, on his shoulders. Or we're just going to have somebody standing there with a broomstick.
Yeah.
Justin,
It's almost impossible.
So you don't do anything special. You don't do any of that broomstick.
Oh, you show film. You tell them. You show film when they, when you're running your offense and they drive the ball. You got to kick it. You got to get. So like 5-on-0, like we're practicing. So the stuff that normally works. Trey Scott slips. Jaron hits him with a great pass. Happened in the first half, and Trey turns to score, and I stand there. You got to kick it out over there, because he's standing here.
Were your guys, did you instruct them to penetrate whenever he wasn't in the game? And he was out a couple of minutes, and he went straight to Williams.
Yes.
Went straight to the
When
basket.
he was out, we
twice.
tried to get to the rim.
Yeah.
But he wasn't out much. That's I don't know. That might be a career high in minutes for him. I don't know. It might be for him.
what were you thinking when Justin gets the right-handed scoop shot up over Taco? Had to probably get it 10 feet in the air.
The thing about Taco, he's so big, but it's hard for him to pivot and move, right? So Justin got it off before he could get square. Like, if he squares up at you and he sees you coming, he's blocking it. So in fairness to Taco, he hadn't turned, and so Justin got it up before Taco could turn. Because if he can turn and get square, he's blocking it. You got to get to him before he sees it coming.
So just great play by Justin to get it up.
Tremendous play. Another kid that, staple of our program. Work really hard, get better. Great attitude, continue to try to grow up as a person, graduate on time, and get better.
See he had a couple shots, but the same thing from Trey too, with that big three at the end there. I know it was the end of the shot.
Yeah,
clock,
Trey can
but-
shoot the ball. He just gets, the thing with Trey is, I keep trying to explain this to him. You can't shoot the ball nervous. And he shoots the ball fine when he takes his time. That's Trevor Moore's problem. He's a great shooter, but he doesn't have Keith's confidence. That's the difference in the two guys. Where Keith, he'll square you up and take his time. They want to keep daring him to shoot, and you throw out the first month of the season, Keith's shooting over 40% from three.
Cumberland ever let an off-shooting night bother the rest of his game?
I'll tell you this about Jaron. All he cares about is winning. He was like that in high school. That's Mike Nosko will tell you that. He's a winner. Period. I mean, he don't care.
Was he getting frustrated at all that things weren't going?
I think he thought he was being held and that type of stuff off of screens. But I kept trying to tell him, these guys aren't calling. This time of year, if you look at the last game, so I told our guys, we got to step up our aggressiveness because of the way the game's being officiated. And like his first two turnovers, he's expecting those when he sweeps the ball through and the guy's crowding him, he's looking for fouls. That wasn't going to get called tonight on either team. So you got to adjust as a player. I kept telling you you're going to have to beat him with the pass, which, he ended the game with the pass. Made a great pass to
Telling that at the start of the game, throughout the game, or late in the game?
During the game, because I could just see what was happening.
How has Kane's defense been impacting the team the last 5 or 6 games?
I don't know about he's not a shot blocker. I think Kane's attitude's been great. He's a guy that scored 1,300 points in 2 years, and he's come here to play at the high level where it's just a lot harder and a lot more physical. And he gives us an extra score, and it's been huge for our program. He's won a lot of games here. So now I went small to try to step up the tempo of the game with him and Justin in the front of the press, just trying to speed the game up, try to throw. They got in a rhythm offensively. We got out of rhythm offensively. So I was just trying. I think as a coach, when a game's not going your way, you got to try to do something. That doesn't always work. Okay, it's overrated to talk about coaching because Keith Williams made 2 great plays off the dribble and a big-time 3. But trying to change the flow of the game with speed and quickness. Just you got to try something.
So his defense in the last, nothing specific, just
Just energy. He's smart. He's much smarter this year. His scouting report defense is much smarter on who he's guarding, which it should be. He's a senior.
Nas seemed to put in a shift throughout the course of the home game.
His effort was awesome tonight. His effort was tremendous. He had some big-time offensive rebounds. Banging up against Taco, not the easiest thing in the world. That alone can wear you down physically.
You guys were able to flip the rebounding battle in the second half.
Yeah, but they flipped the turnover battle in the second half. So
Anything else?
How important was this going into what's
every win is important.
Well, you got another.
I'm not going to go Belichick on you. Every win is important.
Go on to Hartford then.
Yeah, tell me when one doesn't count. Let me know. Every win is important. We just try to play one at a time. All we're worried about next is UConn. That's it. Like I know everybody else, you're paid to look at the important tournament, big picture, and all this stuff. It's the worst thing. It is so hard to keep my guys away from all that nowadays with social media. To get them to just focus on all we need to do tomorrow is make sure we get treatment and we work out Logan and Prince and Laquille and Mamadou and have a good day tomorrow. That's it. And I try to keep my guys on that. But every win is important. It's no bigger than when we won a home game against South Carolina State. They all add up eventually. If you just stay focused on the process, you end up having a chance. And just like if we lose a game, you got to move. The next game is all that matters. It's not going to be the end of the world. We just got to win the next game. So it's not easy to do, and I get it, but all of them are important. Thanks, guys.
Before you go,
Yep.
we probably won't see you again before the UConn game. The last game was not.
Where am I going?
No,
I'm teasing.
Last game was a tough game for you.
You're going to expect me to remember right now
I'm just gonna
about
remind you
UConn.
what you said, I'll bet they can't wait for us to come to UConn because of the.
Let me tell you something, Danny. First of all, they love me at UConn. Their students really love me. Second of all, you know, Danny's never gonna, I don't know who's, I think they played 9 tonight. So they've had guys injured. But it doesn't matter. Because they're gonna, if you watch them play Houston, the last 2 minutes took 30 minutes of actual time. Because UConn, he's never gonna let them give up. So it will be all out to get a W. But right now, we're trying to get 1-point blowouts. Thanks.